Welcome to the McGlynn Middle School. My name is Mr. Tucci, and I'm the principal. Thank you for tuning in to watch our remote McGlynn Middle School open house this evening. We look forward to welcoming the next incoming class of Mustangs to the school. Tonight's presentation will feature a 40-minute video of our school, where you'll meet some of our students, teachers, and see how exciting it is to learn and grow as a student at the McGlynn Middle School. Following the video, we'll hold a 20 to 30-minute live panel discussion made up of students and educators at our school, where we will answer some of your questions. So grab the popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
Access to educational opportunities, defined his decades of service to the citizens of Medford as a city councilor, mayor, and state representative. I'm so happy to be on this beautiful campus and to talk about what wonderful things you're going to see and hear and learn about the McGlynn School today.
Good evening. My name is Mr. Tucci, principal of the McGlynn Middle School, and welcome to the McGlynn Middle School remote open house. It is my honor to be speaking to you remotely here today to introduce you to our school. If you're listening to this video, I'm sure that you've gotten your results, and I hope you're very happy, because I know we are very enthused to accept you and welcome you to the McGlynn Middle School. It's such a great time to be on board our school, and I hope that today's presentation is going to welcome you and introduce you to our school in a fashion where you'll get to know some teachers, some students, and a little bit about the building and the activities and how you can find your way as a Mustang here at the McGlynn. The John J. McGlynn Middle School serves 440 students in grades 6, 7, and 8. Each grade level consists of 2 academic teams on side A, B. Each team is made up of an English language arts teacher, social studies teacher, science teacher, math teacher, English language learner teacher, and special education teacher. In addition to the academic classes, students have the opportunity for exploratory classes during the school day, plus an array of expanding after-school clubs and Greater Boston League sports on a seasonal basis. In the 2020 school year, all world language students, grades 6 through 8, meet 3 times per week. In addition, students that were identified as needing intervention in math and ELA were assigned to math and literacy skills classes that meet 3 times per week. Our school also has a WIN block that meets once per week and has continued to engage students for What I Need. That's what that acronym stands for, which is another means of intervention overseen by their co-homeroom teachers. The WIN block has also been used as a vehicle to build school culture and promote social emotional learning through the use of these principle-driven school assemblies and activities that take place during WIN. A day in the life of a McGlynn Middle School student. When you arrive at the McGlynn Middle School, students arrive each day to school between 7:15 and about 7:45 in the morning. You arrive through our front door and come into our cafeteria. In our cafeteria, we encourage all students to have a free breakfast to start your day. In the cafeteria, you can eat your breakfast and socialize with your friends, but also you have the opportunity to head outside, hang out with your friends, play a little bit of ball in the schoolyard, but also if you have a little bit of work to get done prior to the school day, we encourage students to head up to our library, where you can have some quiet time to access the computer, collaborate with small groups of friends on some schoolwork as well in the library setting. So this is a fantastic opportunity to start your day. And at 7:50, the school bell will ring to begin the day, where all students will head up into their homerooms. You head up to your homerooms, go to your locker, and then shortly after you put your belongings away at your locker, you head into your homeroom, where you'll have 2 homeroom teachers. And you'll sit down and watch our McGlynn Morning News Show. The McGlynn Morning News Show is a fantastic way to be informed, to start your day with some great, engaged, and fantastic student presenters that will present the morning news and activities to begin your day. After homeroom, students will be having and going through 8 different 45-minute periods during the course of the school day. During these 8 45-minute time periods, students will have the opportunity to go to each one of their core classes. We also get to have a double block, where one of your core classes will meet for back-to-back periods during the course of that school day as well. Students will engage in those 8 45-minute periods during the day and get dismissed at 2:15. Now, after dismissal, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we have after-school programming that takes place on those days, Tuesday through Thursday, from 2:15 until about 3:05. And during that, we encourage students to get involved with sports, clubs, activities, and the arts. We also offer a late bus service on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to drop off students, pick up students at the school and drop them off at their household on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so that they can take advantage of extracurricular activities.
Hi, I'm Julie, the assistant principal. You'll see me in the mornings when you're having breakfast with your friends. I like to check in with kids at this time because I'm one of the people that you can come to with any questions or concerns. I'll always find a solution or at least help. One of the great tips that I want to share with you is to get to know all the adults in your buildings, especially the teachers. We're all a team. Other pieces of advice I'd like to share: middle school is a great place to spread your wings. Join an activity, a sport, or volunteer at one of our many events. These are times and places that you can find a talent, meet new people, and develop those talents. Lastly, try to make a new friend each day. Simply say hi and be kind. Okay, I look forward to seeing you on opening day. Take care.
During middle school, students will have the opportunity to engage in their core academic curriculum classes, like math, English, language arts, science, and social studies. But in addition to those classes there, in order to become a very well-rounded student, we also offer a unified arts curriculum. These are classes like world languages, Spanish and Italian, physical education, general music, art, computer technology, science technology, health, band or orchestra are certainly options too as well to embed in the schedule, and also intervention classes if students are in need of them for math and literacy skills. The Unified Arts curriculum is a great way to become a well-rounded student, and we love to say that we educate the whole child here at the McGlynn Middle School. They certainly help us accomplish that. Now, these Unified Arts classes like general music, art, computer technology, and science technology, they meet on a quarterly basis. So a class, for instance, like art would meet for the first quarter 4 times a week, and then a student that takes art first quarter would then cycle onto the next UA rotation. For instance, a student taking art first quarter might go to general music second quarter, third quarter they might then go to computer technology, and fourth quarter they can finish up the science technology class. Those UA rotational classes meet 4 times per week. You really get to know the subject matter and the teacher too as well in the course of your time taking these Unified Arts classes. Health and guidance are both classes that actually meet on a semester basis. So during first semester, which is quarters 1 and 2, students who take health would take health first and second quarter, and then third quarter they would then take guidance. That's how the rotations work for our Unified Arts classes. World language classes, like Spanish or Italian, these classes meet all year round for 3 times per week. And most students may have physical education 2 times per week during the course of the entire school year. Now, one of my biggest pieces of advice as your principal and getting acclimated to the middle school is to get involved right away in one of the extracurricular opportunities. These extracurricular opportunities are immense here at the McGlynn Middle School. We offer a wide array of them, and these typically take place after school Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have a whole host of clubs and activities like student council, technology and engineering club, chorus club, chess club, book club, drama club, builders club, the CCSR, the culture and diversity club, our media club, open gym, running club, yearbook, and our award-winning orchestra ensemble. You name a club, we have it. And also we share our clubs and activities with the Andrews Middle School. It's a fantastic way for a lot of McGlynn Middle School students to join up with your fellow peers at the Andrews Middle School after school so that you can engage in the clubs and activities that both schools have to offer. Now, one new activity that we just began offering this current school year that will also be available next year is our sports program. It is really fantastic to see that the middle schools have joined with the Greater Boston League to offer sports like softball and baseball and cross country and girls and boys basketball and outdoor track. We look forward to expanding these sports and competing as Mustangs on the playing field and representing our fantastic school and community and the different communities in the Greater Boston League area. At the McGlynn Middle School, the core of our school culture is built off of the Mustang Way philosophy. At the McGlynn Middle School, we are all Mustangs. We try to do things the Mustang way every day. That means we respect each other in all of our interactions. We respect our school building and property. We demonstrate good citizenship, and we work hard to achieve our goals. In fact, at the McGlynn Middle School, I try to preach the philosophy of bringing your ACE every single day you walk in the doors of our school. ACE is an acronym that stands for A for attitude, C for concentration, and E for effort. If you bring your ACE every single school day, I know that we will help you find your success as a student and person during your middle school years. Now, at the conclusion of my remarks here is what it's like to be a student of McGlynn Middle School led by some of our 8th grade ambassadors. You'll also have a chance to hear from some of our current students and teachers where they share with you for success, and also they'll tell you a little bit about what they feel, how they feel the McGlynn Middle School is a very special place. But as we conclude, I do want to share with you 3 things that I ask of my students each and every day. So I'd like you to think about these as you begin to transition from elementary school to middle school. Here are the 3 things I expect out of my students at school each and every day. I ask them to be the best that you can be every day. I want you to pass along what you've learned to others. And I want you to leave the world better than you found it. You do those 3 things, I'm confident that you will certainly make an impact during the course of your time as a middle school student at McGlynn Middle School, and certainly prepare yourself for the road ahead. Thank you for watching our 6th grade McGlynn Middle School remote open house, and enjoy the rest of our video. And welcome to the McGlynn Middle School. My name is Mr. Tucci, the principal of the McGlynn Middle School.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome to the McGlynn.
Welcome to McGlynn. My name is Margaret, and I'm Mrs. Isabella, and we're going to be your 8th grade ambassadors. And we're going to be showing you around our school. Come on, let's go.
Here at the McGlynn Middle School, we follow the Mustang Way, and we honor those who live by the Mustang Way as well. A part of following the Mustang Way is to bring your ACE every day to school. ACE stands for attitude, concentration, and effort. If you do that, you're going to be on your path to success at our school.
I can't wait to get to class. Me too. Let's go. Here at McGlynn, we know the value of concentration in our studies. at the McGlynn, we always keep our eye on our books. Here at the McGlynn, we realize the importance of bringing our best effort to school every day, in our studies and in our extracurriculars.
We are some of the sixth grade teachers, and we just wanted to give you some words of advice. One thing for me is we're always here to help, just ask. Stay organized, keep your binder clean.
Don't be nervous, everything's going to be fine.
Don't forget to see for extra help before testing quizzes.
Here at the McGlynn, we have a variety of clubs and activities that we encourage you to join. Clubs and activities such as Drama Club, which recently did the Brothers Grimm Spectacular-thon this past year, and Student Council, which has an upcoming rock and roll show, and we have Orchestra, which you can kind of see behind us, and we also have String Ensemble and Culture Club. We have lots of different things.
We made it to Friday. Thank you for tuning in to the McGlynn
We hope you enjoyed the tour of our school. We are the McGlynn. We are Mustangs. We look forward to you joining our family.
To McGlynn. What we want to do is we're going to try to surround them with information in order to help them achieve a better balance in this age of digital distraction.
Principal Nick Tucci loves the idea. Challenge the kids to take breaks, but on their terms with small, real goals as a group.
The students relate with each other is the big part. So if they say that they're doing it, other students are going to be interested in doing it.
What do you think about Lookup Challenge personally for you and your relationship with your phone?
Sometimes I can be a little addicted to my phone, so I think the Lookup Challenge really helped me.
Whether it's challenging yourself to get off for an hour or a day, it's up to the student. Small hurdles with apparently big results.
You have a lot more real conversations. While you're at your phone, you're like, oh, did you see this thing on TikTok? Yeah, And you're just talking about what's on your phone and you're not engaging with your friends. I have more time to focus on things that matter more than just social media and YouTube and Netflix.
Derek Correo.
Today is Derek Day. It started at the McGlynn Middle School and ended at the Locati Ice Rink, where hundreds of his fellow students turned out to say they're behind him. They raised money to help his family fill in the gaps, and they had a lot of fun.
He's one of my best friends. I've known him since the second grade.
I think a lot of people are working together and helping them because of how big a deal this is and how good of a community we are.
Videos.
The school also put together a video of well-wishers for Derek from the Red Sox, Alex Cora.
Hope you're doing well. Stay strong.
To the Patriots.
Deuces Wise, number 91 for the New England Patriots.
The Bruins.
Hi there, Derek. I'm Joe Sacco, assistant.
And even the WBZ TV news team. We're thinking about you, wishing you all the best.
And I want him to understand that this is Medford coming together strong to support him and his cause to battle and win this battle against the homeless.
That's insane how many people have come out, helped with everything. It means the world. It really does.
My name is Michael Kerman, and I am the 6th grade ELA teacher at the John J. Middle School on Team 6B. And I just want to introduce myself and say hello and welcome everyone to the McGlynn Middle School. We're very excited and happy that you and your families are going to be with us next year. That's great. So Mr. Tucci asked me to talk about a few things that are very different in middle school than they are in elementary school, and that is the team model that we have. So when you look at the McGlynn, this big school with 3 floors and hundreds of kids, it can seem very intimidating. It's actually quite a small school, and here's why. When your 6th graders come into our building, they're going to be assigned to a team, either 6A or 6B. So right off the bat, we kind of divide the kids in half. Then your son or daughter will be assigned to a homeroom, one of their core teachers, either ELA, social studies, science, or math. In that homeroom, they'll have, as I said, a teacher and also a co-teacher. So there are 2 adults assigned to your child right out the door. Homeroom is where they start every day on their team. They'll have a locker assigned to them where they can keep their books and their lunches and their backpacks and that kind of stuff. They come into homeroom and we check in with them. Make sure everyone's doing okay, take care of any paperwork we have to do, solve problems. As we go through our day, your kids will mostly stay with their team. There's 70 to 80 kids on a team. It's a little mixed together with all of their friends in different classes, always kind of staying with us. So I tell you all this because the school seems large, but the team model makes it very small. Now you might ask, well, what if my son or daughter has a friend on the other team? Will they ever get to see them? Yes, they will. Our UA classes are mixed together, so art and computers and gym, they'll be mixed with the other 6th graders on the other team. And of course, lunchtime and recess, they can do whatever they want to, so they won't get to see everybody. The teachers on your child's team meet routinely. By routinely, I mean just about every day. We get together and we talk about your kids, who we all have in common. What are their needs? How can we help support them? We have forming team meetings 2 or 3 times a week where we'll meet with our administrators or with our support staff, with special ed teachers, with our ELL teachers, with our specialists. So your children are going to be well known to us. We don't want you to feel like they're going to be anonymous or lost in this big shuffle. That's just not how we work things. I was a high school teacher for years before I switched to middle school. And the thing I like the most about middle school is the team model. Even though the building's big, I feel like I'm in a small school with people I know and work really well who have all the same kids in common. So it's a great thing. We know that switching from elementary school to middle school is a big change for a lot of kids and for their families. I just want to assure you that your children will be known, they will be taken good care of, and we're very, very happy to have them come and see us. So welcome to the McGlynn, and we are looking forward to seeing you hopefully in September. Take care now.
Hello there. My name is Mr. McCarthy. I teach 7th grade at the McGlynn Middle School, and I am thrilled to be able to be one of the first teachers to welcome you to our wonderful school. I think that you're very, very lucky to have been chosen to join the McGlynn Middle School. Both of them are wonderful, wonderful schools, both filled with wonderful teachers and great kids. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the McGlynn. I think you're very lucky to have been chosen to join our school because of the amazing classes that we offer, for one thing. We've got the morning news show with Mr. Ballard and Mr. Scholar and many, many other teachers involved too. And there are students that give you updates every single morning about what's going on during the school day, what's going on after school. There's lots of jokes and sort of news updates, from the real world. And that's a club that you can join when you get to be in the 7th or the 8th grade. The CCSR Club, run by Miss Olson, another fantastic organization that brings all kinds of positive energy into our school and into our community. The Culture Club that Mr. DeBerry has run. I was able to attend one of the Culture Club cookouts a couple of years ago and was able to sample all kinds of different food from many different parts of the world. It's fantastic. Mrs. Ekman and Ms. Flint's Puzzles and Games Club. These are two teachers that are in love with puzzles and games, so they're the perfect two to be running that for the Baptist school too. Open Gym Club is a place where you can go and burn off some energy, blow off some steam, play a little basketball, maybe some floor hockey. All of these and many other opportunities are available to you when you come to the McGlynn. Another thing that's great about the McGlynn is that our principal, Mr. Tucci, has brought in some amazing outside speakers. Our students will remember meeting Biscuit a couple of years back. He also reached out to us again this year during this troubling that we're all dealing with, this COVID-19. Metagraphics, we talked to our students about how to create comic books and graphic novels. We've met David McGilvery, who's the coordinator of the Boston Marathon, and he's spoken to us about perseverance and kind of digging down deep to achieve your goals. We met David Flood, who's another person that spoke a lot about making sure that we include everybody and that we're friends with everybody, right? So these are all positive messages that we've received from many people that have come into our school from many different parts of the world. I think that, the best thing about McGlynn is that it's a place that at least I love to be. Many of my other teacher friends love coming to work every day as well. This extended school closure has been a challenge for all of us. We really miss coming to school every day because, again, it is truly a place that we love to be. We love working with each other. We love interacting with our students. And when you have a place where the teachers are happy and they love to be there, it makes a great learning environment. It's a fun place to be, and I can't wait to get back to school again next year.
Welcome to the McGlynn Library. This is Miss Johnson, the middle school librarian, and I wanted to give you a little tour of our library. You will find lots of open space to work on a project or to sit and read a book. The library has computers and Chromebooks for you to use. And there are open study hall hours, a time for you to come and use the library and library resources. And of course, the library has lots and lots of books. As a sixth grader, you'll be coming to the library on a regular basis with your ELA teacher. That's when you'll have time to look for a book and to check one out. The library also has special events and activities.
like our STEAM workshops. Build a projector. Make a stop motion movie. Create a wallet using duct tape. These are just a few of our STEAM activities. Can't wait to welcome you to the library in the fall. See you then.
McGlynn is a special place to learn and grow as a person. Some of the teachers, and they make you learn a lot, and they're helpful, and they support you in everything. Same with the principal, because he's really nice, and also my friends, because I get to make new friends, and I get to keep the ones that I have from elementary school. And the last thing is because you can join any sports team and compete against other cities. I did cross country and I loved it, and my aunt was a coach.
Hello, incoming sixth graders. My name is Miss Soccer, and my piece of advice for you is to use your agenda. I use an agenda, and most of your teachers use agendas as well to keep track of our homework and our assignments. It's a way to make sure you get all your stuff in and to know what you have to do every night. So my advice again is use your agenda.
Hello, incoming McGlynn sixth grader. I'm Sophia Hernandez, and I am a current 8th grader at the McGlynn Middle School. And our community is so great because we don't just think about the ideal student. We don't think about the perfect student because that doesn't exist. What does exist is you. And I know at the McGlynn community, we value that. We value you, and we value your thoughts and your opinions. And I hope you guys have an amazing year at the McGlynn and many more to come. I hope to see you sometime soon when this is over, even though I'm going to be in high school, but I'll still make sure to stop by. Bye, everyone.
All the teachers, staff, and the principal are very supportive and are always there to help. Even if you have a question, whether it's silly or not, they will be there to answer it. Something that I've learned in my time at the McGlynn is that there are a bunch of fun clubs and sports that you should participate in. Another bonus of the clubs and sports is that it's combined with the Andrews. So even if all your friends went to the Andrews, you'll still be able to see them if you sign up for the same club or sport. I personally signed up for book club and cross country and had a lot of fun being able to spend time with my friends. The only way to be in those clubs and sports, though, is if your grades are good. And the way to keep your grades up is to keep your binder organized. Your binder is where everything that you need is stored. So if it's organized, it's going to make it much, much easier to get good grades. Anyway, I hope you have a really, really good time at the McGlynn, and I'll see you in the halls.
Hello, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe at home. My name is Mrs. Baptist, and I'm the band teacher at the middle school. Now, if you chose to enter into the instrumental music world in elementary school, whether band or strings, you probably saw me around, or maybe I was even your teacher. So even though middle school is a really exciting time in your life, it can still be stressful or cause some anxiety because it's something new. However, it's often comforting when you identify familiar people who will be on the journey with you. So whether it's a friend or neighbor attending the same school as you, or already knowing one of your teachers like me, if you're a band student, sometimes that familiarity can help to ease your anxiety of the unknown. Regardless, middle school is going to be a wonderful phase of your academic career, and I can't wait to see my future band students on week 1. Until then, take care, stay well, and keep practicing those instruments. Bye!
Hello everyone, my name is Danny Lee, and I'm an 8th grader at the McGlynn Middle School. I hope you're all having a good time today, and as middle school approaches, you guys are probably having mixed feelings about the transition. As an 8th grader, I can tell you there's nothing to be afraid about and that you should walk into middle school confident. At the McGlynn, you'll be able to contribute to our community and benefit from the diverse learning environment that is present here at the McGlynn. You might walk into 6th grade nervous and afraid, but I can show you that by the end of 8th grade, you'll be able to walk out confident and prepared for what awaits you in the future, just like what I'll be doing with your class. The McGlynn is a very special place for me, and having attended the McGlynn since elementary school, it has really become a part of who I am. I hope that your experiences at the McGlynn Middle School are exceptional and will make your middle school experience memorable. I hope you have a great year, and thanks for tuning in.
McGlynn Middle School is special because we have the EL program, so you will make friends from all over the world.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. I'm 6th grade at the middle school. I was asked to be a part of your open house.
So Caroline, McGlynn Middle School is a special place to learn and grow as a person.
That's easy. The teachers, they're so welcoming, they're so kind, and they really make it easy to learn.
Do you have any tips or strategies for incoming 6th grade students who might be anxious about their transition to?
The best piece of advice that I have is to be prepared and reach out, because the people you meet in 6th grade will be your friends forever.
Welcome, incoming 5th grade students. This is Mrs. Watson. I'm the school psychologist at the McGlynn Middle School. We're so excited to meet you next year. So this is a great opportunity for you at lunch to sit with new people, to make some new friendships. At the McGlynn, we have so many fabulous clubs, such as the Builders Club, the Art Club, the Chess Club. We also have many sports. You guys can play basketball, volleyball, or play softball. We also have different languages that you can teach.
When working together, you learn from mistakes peers. If you put yourself around people who are focused and hardworking, it will have a positive outcome for all of you. There are teachers who want to help you, so don't be afraid to ask for help at any time.
Hi everyone, I'm Sierra Isbell, and I'm currently a 10th grader here at McGlynn Middle School. I just wanted to share a few things that may be able to help you with your transition to school next year. First off, there's no need to be nervous or anxious about coming into middle school. There are always going to be challenges along the way, but it's a great place to be. All the teachers are very understanding and are willing to stay after school with you if you need any help in a particular class or subject. And make sure to keep them up on that. Staying after school makes a big difference and a positive impact on your grade. Secondly, staying in middle school can give you many opportunities to make new friends and meet new people because everyone joins together. And even if you do not have the same side as one of your friends, you can always just catch up with them in the morning or at lunch and recess. This is what I do with some of my friends. Also, staying in middle school makes it to where you now have a variety of classes with many different teachers. This may sound complicated, but it's not. Like I said earlier, you can always ask your teachers for help, and being able to switch classes also gives you more freedom within the school, and you do not have to stay in lines like you may have had to in the past in elementary school. I love it here at the McGlynn Middle School, and
Hello everybody, my name is Dark Marino. I'm currently in 8th grade at the McGlynn Middle School, and I'm about to be a freshman. And I came into the McGlynn Middle School in 7th grade, and these past 2 years have been anything I could ever dream of in a middle school. The McGlynn has it all. They have clubs, they have the greatest teachers, they'll always be there to help you. Any teacher that you want to talk to, you need help with something, they will help you with anything. But you want to stay organized, you want to stay on top of your homework, you want to be on top of everything going on in class, ask questions. If you need any help with something, definitely ask questions, stay after if you have to. Everything, all that simple stuff, it all helps. And I'd say the most important thing would be to be one step ahead. You know, if you know something's coming up, try to do, say you do your homework, say you have homework that's due in a week, or you have a project, do it day by day, little by little if you have to, because then you don't want it to end up being, oh, you have a whole entire project due in 2 days and you haven't even started. It's just smart to be one step ahead, and it really helps. It, especially as you go on in middle school, you know, 7th and 8th grade, it really does help to be on top of everything, know what's going on. Like I said, ask questions. Every teacher will be there to help you. If you need help with anything, you will have help with the McGlynn.
Hi, my name is Mia Davis. I was an 8th grader at the McGlynn last year, and from my experience, it was a very good time. I'll even go as far as to say that these past 3 years have been probably the best 3 years of my life so far. And yes, I do in fact have 2 pieces of advice. First off is please don't spend time thinking or worrying about your social skills. It's so unimportant and overrated, and I think that a lot of people get caught up worrying about it. Just don't. The second piece of advice that I have for you is to develop healthy relationships with the people around you, meaning your teachers and peers. Make relationships with your teachers. It's very important. I can honestly say that all of the staff members are good people and they just want to see you succeed. That's their job. This piece of advice is kind of cliche, but it's very important, and it's to make new friends. You guys are coming from a place where you've been surrounded by the same people for about 6 years. For most of you, that's the majority of your life. Trust me, I know it's tough making new friends, but it will definitely be worth it.
I know it must seem scary going into middle school, especially at a time like now, but I'm here to give you some tips. Make sure you stay organized throughout all of your years at the McGlynn. It will come so in handy, and it will make you feel so much better about yourself. Second of all, listen to your teachers. I know that is hard sometimes, but they know what's best for you, so just listen. And last but not least, enjoy your time at the McGlynn. Your years at the McGlynn will fly by, and you'll notice it. I know that I felt like I was in your position just a couple months ago, but really it was years ago. I hope you guys enjoy your 3 years at the McGlynn.
Hi, future McGlynn 6th graders. I'm Miss Motion. I'm one of the teachers on Team 6B. I want to start with you by saying how excited I am to get to meet all of you soon and that you'll be coming to the McGlynn next year. If I had to offer one piece of advice for any 6th grader coming in, it would be to always ask for help when you need it. Your teachers are here to help you, and we'll start school on days that we can to help you out with the transition to 6th grade, because sometimes it can be scary. So, best of luck. Can't wait to meet you all soon. Bye.
I'm going to make a video helping you explain some tips and strategies we have for your first year of middle school. On the topic of different classes, all of your core classes, meaning math, science, ELA, and ancient civilizations, will be on the top floor all online, and your UAs like music, art, tech engineering, and computer will be on the top 2 floors. 7th and 6th grade. Academically in your classes, my best tips for you would be to keep your mind in your projects. Always know your teachers are there.
Ragazzi in classe di italiano. I am Signora Guardi, the Italian teacher at the McGlynn Middle School. I wanted to give you a quick introduction of what we're going to do in 6th grade. This is our classroom, and it's located on the 3rd floor. What we're going to do in 6th grade is learning about the Italian alphabet, numbers, greetings, colors, learning about the classroom commands. We learn about the very basic, because this is our first year. We learn about the Italian geography, history, the food, family, and how to describe ourselves. Our typical class greetings warm up questions. We talk about new vocabulary, or we practice about something that we have been working on. We do some writing and speaking assignments. Sometimes we watch videos, we play games, and we work with authentic material. Usually I give you homework 2-3 times a week, and we do tests and quizzes 1 or 2 times per quarter. What I really like to do with you is projects, and usually we do projects once every subject we learn. There are so many reasons to learn Italian, and I can't wait to know what is yours. So in the meantime, I want to wish you good luck in middle school, and I can't wait to meet you all. Ciao.
And I very much hope to build a bridge between the elementary schools and the McGlynn Middle School, because the McGlynn Middle School has so much to offer, and the reason why I say that is because we have an unbelievable faculty that cares so deeply in our students. I just want to wrap up by saying that I'm very humbled today. I'm a person that at one point in time was sitting in chairs like yours as a student in the Medford public school system. I know how special of an education and opportunity that you all have as students in our school system. I just want to make sure you guys, each and every day, bring your best attitude, concentration, and effort to school each day. Because I know that if you do that, you'll be in a situation where you open up so many different opportunities for yourself, and the world will be yours. You'll make the city proud of you, and that will be the Mustang winning. Thank you, everybody.
Well, good evening, and thank you for tuning into our remote McGlynn Middle School open house. We hope that you enjoyed the video. I want to thank Mr. Jack Dempsey, a longtime teacher and coach in the Medford Public Schools, for doing the editing and working his magic to produce the video showcasing our school. We did get some feedback that the video quality was streamed in a choppy fashion. We're going to repost the YouTube video right after our presentation, so please try to stay tuned for that, because I do understand that it was choppy, and I'm sorry for that. Welcome to the panel question and answer forum portion of tonight's presentation. Here with me today is a wonderful collection of students and educators from our school who are here to answer your questions. We encourage you to submit your questions on Facebook or YouTube. Our moderator will screen the questions and send them our way. We'll do our best to answer your questions for the next 20 to 30 minutes. In the coming days after our open house, we will post the transcript of the question and answer panel on our school's website. The transcripts of our discussion will be translated into the languages of our students and families. We encourage any English learner students and families to submit your questions during the open house to the following email address: Medford.Delac@gmail.com. And I believe there's a banner that popped up on the screen during the video about that. Now let's start off by introducing our panel. My name is Nick Tucci. I'm the proud principal of the McGlynn Middle School. With me is Assistant Principal Jody Liu. We also have sixth grade teachers, Mrs. Jamie Taylor, a science teacher on side 6B, and Miss Amelia Whalen, an English language arts teacher on side 6A. We're happy to also have eighth grade math teacher, Mr. Dan Harrington, here to round out our panel of educators. And it's my pleasure to introduce our student ambassadors on our panel. We have sixth graders Emma Beardsley and Vinnie DiMartino. And we also have eighth grade student ambassadors Narly Pierre, Sophia Hernandez Escarella, and Derek Marino. Thank you to all of our panelists for their time this evening. So let's get started. Our first question that comes in here this morning is, this evening is, where do I go in the morning when I come into school every school day? This question is going to be answered by Assistant Principal Jody Liu.
Hi. So each morning, all students enter through the front doors of the McGlynn Middle School. Before you come in, as you're getting off the bus or walking in, please take off your phones, turn off your phone, put them into your backpack. When you come in, and to the left, you will see our cafeteria. There you'll have your breakfast. Breakfast is free for everyone in Medford, and you will then have three choices. You can either stay in the cafeteria, finish up work, chat with your friends, or choice number two, you can go to the library if you want a quiet place to read or use a computer, or choice three, which is go outside to the basketball courtyard and shoot some hoops, or just chat with friends and get some fresh air. At 7:50, Mr. Teacher, I will blow the whistle, and you will be off to your homerooms. Just know that no one should be in the corridors before 7:50.
Thank you, Ms. Liu. The next question that's coming in here is, if I need help in my studies, what is the best way to do this? The student's going to be answering this is Vinnie DiMartino, sixth grader. Go ahead, Vinnie.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. So in order to, if you're struggling in school or you need some help, you should talk to your teachers and because they provide after certain days after school, so you can catch up on your work or what you're struggling with. And you don't have to worry about getting home because there's a late bus that will take you home. And I encourage everybody to stay after school if you're struggling or you need help, because it's very beneficial.
Thank you very much, Vinnie. We appreciate it. Vinnie's done a great job as a sixth grader this year. The next question that comes into our panel is, how do UA rotations work for classes like music, art, computer applications, and technology workshop? I'll take that question. You know, this is a very important part of what we offer here at the McGlynn Middle School, at the middle schools in Medford. It provides a very well-rounded education, these unified arts classes. What we do is we take a class like music, for instance. Students that are enrolled in a class like music first quarter will go to that class 4 times per week for first quarter. Then, when second quarter hits, would rotate. Students taking music would then go on to one of the computer or science classes. So for instance, the next thing that they might take, a next class that they might take as a UA class would be computer applications during second quarter, meeting 4 times per week. The third quarter, they would take art. And then the fourth quarter, a student would take tech workshop. It's a fantastic way, like I said, to become well-rounded, to support a lot of the work that you're doing in the core classes too as well. And a lot of students report having a lot of fun in each one of these classes too, in addition to learning. So certainly we want you to have a great experience in our UA rotational classes. The next question that comes in, it's like from the question board, is where's my locker and how does that whole situation work? Here to answer that question is Mrs. Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. Hello, everyone, and I can't wait to see some of you coming in next year. I'm very excited. Your locker will be located near your homeroom, so you will not have to go too far in the morning from your locker to your homeroom. Most of us will assign you a locker just because it makes it so much easier. And you have the option of having a lock on your locker, but we really do suggest you buy a lock because then you can practice. Using a combination lock can be very tricky. There are lots of YouTube videos to show you how to do it. We really try to have you not get the ones with the key because if you forget your key at home, we can't help you. At least with a combination lock, you can write it down in your agenda. You can write it down and give it to your teacher so that we have it. The last thing we want to do is have to cut a lock that you bought yourself. So I would suggest combination locker, practice at home, and when you come in for the first day of school, we will tell you where your locker is so that you can put all of your stuff away. And that will be your locker for the whole year for 6th grade.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. And as Mr. Kremen said, who made a video appearance during the video, he mentioned how we have a teaming system, how students will be broken up between sides A and sides B. There are 4 homerooms on side A and another 4 homerooms on side B. And as Mrs. Taylor just noted, your locker will be right across or right next to your homeroom.
Yes.
So thank you for that question. Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Next question that comes in is, how do I sign up for a club or activity? And what is the commitment like for a club at the middle school level? Here to kick that question off and answer that question is 8th grader Derek Marino, and we'll have others joining in too. Go ahead, Derek.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. So when you are going to join a club, there's a big club fair, and you get little previews of the club. You see what everything involves, and you get to sign up for them. And you want to go to the club as much as you can, but if you can't make it one day, it's totally okay if you can't make it. But you just try to go as much as you can, and it's fun, and it makes the McGlynn seem like more than just a school, and you can really connect with other people and do fun things with the school.
Thank you, Derek. We'll kick it over to you, Sophia.
So yeah, just to add on Derek, there's a big club fair and you get a sneak peek of all the clubs. And for commitment wise, I'm in a lot of clubs and it mainly depends on who's running the club, because I know some people might be more lenient and some might be like really strict to come. But I think you guys should join as many clubs as you can because it just makes your McGlynn experience so much better.
Excellent. Gnarly, did you have anything to add about the club or activities experience? If you could unmute yourself, that would be great.
No, I have nothing to add because this is a really, really good thing about the club. Most of the thing they already said. Oh my.
Well, thank you, Gnarly. I appreciate it. And as Derek and Sophia and Gnarly alluded to as well, we start off our year with a club and activities fair. That club and activities fair takes place during one of our win blocks in the month of September. And what we also do is we have each one of the grades go through that club and activities fair and get a little taste of some of the clubs that are offered at our school. In addition, that day after school, our students get a chance to travel over to the Andrews Middle School and visit their club and activities fair after school. Because as we talked about, we certainly want to encourage our students at both the Andrews and McGlynn to come see each other, see their friends after school, and meet up in a club and activity setting. So certainly a very valuable part of the middle school experience to make you feel like you're a part of it. We want to make you feel invested in our school. And one of the greatest ways to do that is to get involved right from the get-go. Thank you, everybody. Okay, next question. We're going to keep Gnarly up, actually. Gnarly's an 8th grader, a wonderful student ambassador. She's actually an English language learner student. And Gnarly, this question is for you. I'm an EL student, So what type of classes do I have at the middle school?
What type of classes do you have? The type of classes I have is like ELA, science, math, and civics. And ELA is like that. If that depends on the level you are. Like if you speak really good English, you'll be a B4 ELA student. But if you are like someone who is like new and you are learning English, you will have um 1-4. That is Miss McDonough teacher that I have her, and because I'm a ELA,
Thank
I'm a
you.
ELA 4.
Thank you very much, Narly. I appreciate it. And one of the things Narly was alluding to is one of her EL teachers. Some of those EL teachers like Miss McDonough. And in the 6th grade, we have EL teachers like Miss Rengel or Mr. Sipe, who are there to support the students. Students like Narly are in some co-taught classes at the middle school level. We build an inclusive model for educating our students at the McGlynn Middle School. And students like Narly would be in co-taught math as well as science classes. Even some of the level 1s and 2 students, the students that are just new to our country and new to our school, will take those types of classes there. In addition, they participate in all the rest of our UA offerings and clubs and activities, and certainly are a very valuable part of our school community. The students coming from different countries and might be learning the English language. They add a lot to our school, and one of the best parts of our school is the wonderful diversity that we celebrate every day. So thank you very much, Narly. I appreciate that. The next question today is coming in from the audience here. It says, what is your favorite extracurricular club, activity, or sport, and why? Here to answer that question is 6th grader Emma Beardsley.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. My favorite sport would probably be cross country because it was really fun to be able to see people both from the Andrews and other people from the McGlynn who were also in like 7th grade or 8th grade. And it was nice to see the teachers too, and being able to go to the away meets was fun too.
Thank you very much, Emma. Vinny, do you have anything to add on that particular topic there about your favorite extracurricular club, activity, or sport, and why?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, how about you, Sophia?
So one of my favorite clubs is actually string ensemble. This is kind of an addition to orchestra, and you audition for it, and we meet every Tuesday, and it's so fun because you get to meet with all your friends and you just make really fun music. Yeah.
Thank you very much. How about yourself, Derek?
My favorite after-school activity was definitely baseball because this was the first year that they had the middle school teams for sports, and I couldn't actually play on the team, but I still went to pretty much every game, and they were all fun to go to, and they were competitive games, actual playing baseball for representing the school, and that was really fun. And I think if you're into any sport, because they have basketball, cross country, they have a good variety of sports that you can play for whatever you enjoy, and it's fun.
Thank you very much. And it seemed like that was a common recommendation that a lot of the students and teachers mentioned about getting involved right away in an extracurricular club, activity, or sport. And build off of what Derek mentioned about the sports and the Greater Boston League sports programming. That was such a fantastic addition to our school year this current year.
think we're just having a little bit of technical difficulties.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Cushing. I'm the Assistant Superintendent, and so unfortunately we have lost Mr. Tucci's feed live from the McGlynn Elementary School. We're going to continue to go through the questions that are coming in. As you can see, I'm in a sweatshirt, so wasn't even prepared to be on screen tonight. However, I have to say that Mr. Tucci and all his team have put in a tremendous amount of effort, and we've definitely encountered some technical bugs with our streaming tonight that were not here when we did a test run the other day. So we apologize for that. However, we're going to wait for Mr. Tucci to come in, and in the interim, we will continue with the questions. And so, does the school have a PTO? And if so, how can you get involved? What's awesome is that the schools in Medford all have really phenomenal and awesome PTOs. They've put together some tremendous events in my first year being in Medford, and they were working on the Wizards game, which would have happened right as we were unfortunately going out for closure. I know that the PTOs are doing a tremendous job to bring families together and to bring students together as well. I just see that Principal Tucci has come back in, so I will turn the baton back over to him, and hopefully we are all good to go. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you as students in the McGlynn Middle School next year.
Hi, everybody. I'm back, and thank you very much for your patience here during this process. The question was about our PTO, and I just certainly wanted to just mention that we would love to have any parents or guardians out there involved and actively involved in our school's PTO. We have a PTO page on Facebook, and would love for you to go and like that page and inquire with our active PTO to see how you can get involved in the life of our school. This is an organization that meets on a monthly basis, and we collaborate in order to try to find ways to make our the operations at our school so much better for our students, and bring in some inspirational speakers to come and speak to our students, and to have some wonderful extracurricular events too as well. Our PTO is wonderful, and I can't thank them enough, and I would love to invite and welcome the newest Mustangs and the members of your family and your guardians to participate in our school's PTO. So please do like our PTO page on Facebook if you have a moment. The next question that is coming in is going to be directed towards Mr. Harrington, our 8th grade teacher. He teaches math. The question is there a way for me to take accelerated classes at the middle school level?
Thank you, Mr. Tucci, and welcome to our incoming 6th graders. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the fall. Most classes at the middle school are heterogeneously grouped, which means students are grouped randomly. However, there is an opportunity for students to get on an advanced track in mathematics. As it is currently, at the end of your 6th grade year, you would take what we call a placement exam. Those exam results, coupled with other factors such as your grade and teacher recommendation, contribute to whether or not you'd be selected for what we call an accelerated 7th grade year. That 7th grade course would combine your 7th and 8th grade math curricula, so it's pretty rigorous. Upon successful completion of that 7th grade course, you would then take Algebra 1 as an 8th grader. And taking Algebra 1 as an 8th grader would allow you more opportunities for more advanced classes later on in high school. But rest assured, whether or not you take Algebra 1 or you're in regular grade 8 math, you're going to get an excellent education with very supportive adults who are there to help you at every step along the way.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harrington. We appreciate it. The next question comes in from the audience once again. It's asked, can I join a club at the Andrews Middle School so that I can see my friends there? So I'm wondering if we could put a few of the students on and ask them this question to see if they have the opportunity to participate in a club or activity, maybe with any of the Andrews at the Andrews Middle School. I know there are a couple really popular ones that our middle school students have attended, in addition to those Greater Boston League sports that we collaborate with the Andrews Middle School on as well. So can I turn it over to Sophia or Emma or Derek to take that question? Go ahead, Sophia.
I personally didn't do a club at the Andrews, but I do know that you can sign up for clubs at the Andrews and see your friends. And if any kids from the Andrews sign up for clubs at the McGlynn, that also can work.
Absolutely. I know that one of the more popular clubs that many of our students will go to at the Andrews Middle School is the soccer club. They have an indoor soccer club that takes place right in the fall at the Andrews Middle School, and a lot of our students love attending that club. One other club at the Andrews Middle School that our students love to go to is the dodgeball club the Andrews Middle School offers, which is wonderful. There's a very popular club that we have here at McGlynn Middle School, which is our engineering club. And many students from the Andrews Middle School come to our engineering club every single week. So certainly, we like to build that bridge between the middle schools. We're right next to one another, and we want to give students many opportunities to go collaborate and interact with their peers across Medford Public Schools. Okay, next question that comes in is for 6th grade teachers, Mrs. Taylor and Miss Whalen. The question is, how do I know which teachers stay after and on which days?
I think Miss Whalen's going to take this one.
Hi guys, I'm really excited to meet all of you next year. I am so looking forward to being back in school. When you guys come into our classrooms on the very first day, we're going to give you something like a letter of introduction or a syllabus, and on there we'll have our days that we stay after school. In addition, we usually have our days put up on the board, and they sometimes change from week to week depending on meetings that we might have after school. And I know a lot of teachers also keep those days updated on their personal websites or on team websites, so you can always check there as well.
Thank you very much, Ms. Whalen. I appreciate it. Next question here is going to be to Miss Lou, the assistant principal. Where do I pick up the bus in the morning and also in the afternoon? Miss Lou, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. Okay, so the week before school starts, you should go and check on Medford Public Schools website for the list of the buses and look at the stops and find the one closest to your house. That will bring you to the front of the school in the mornings. It goes right to the front of the McGlynn. In the afternoon at 2:15, you'll walk over to the Andrews and pick up the afternoon bus. You should also check to make sure that your afternoon bus is the same bus number or a different one. That you can also check on the website. And then we also have the late buses. The late buses usually will, they start at 3 o'clock, and that will be time to your after-school activities. You always want to get down here and be in the cafeteria, and you wait for Mr. Tucci to call when your late bus arrives, because it will go to the Andrews first. Thank you, Mr. Tucci.
Thank you very much, Miss Lou. The next question that we have is directed towards some students. The question is there recess in the middle school? And what do you do at recess? So we'll bring some of our students back on, and hopefully they can help us answer that question right there. Go ahead, Emma.
So for the middle school, we do have recess, but we don't have like a playground or any specific area except for the basketball courts. And we do go out to the Hormel field, and you can run around the track. And you and Miss Lou bring out the bag with all basketballs and soccer balls and other stuff that you can use.
Thank you very much. Are there any other students who would like to add to the recess experience at the middle school level?
No, I think it's covered.
Okay, well, thank you. One thing I should add is that I mentioned in the video that the day is broken up into 8 different blocks or periods. And one of those periods, one of the 8, is our lunch and recess time. So you'd have the opportunity to, by grade level, go and access the cafeteria, eat your lunch, and then after students are done eating lunch, then we typically will head outside for recess, as the student said. We tend to congregate by the basketball court, and we also are very blessed to have an opportunity where we have Hormel Stadium right across the way from us. So we open up the gates and we get the chance to play on the synthetic turf material at the field and run around and play some ball and socialize and just get some fresh air and get ready to learn once again after recess is over. So thank you very much, students. Next question is going to be going towards 6th grader Vinny DiMartino. The question is, how do I sign up for a fall sport like baseball, softball, or cross country? And what's the time commitment like for a sport? I know Vinny played on the basketball team. He was one of the 6th graders that made the basketball team this last year, and they were Greater Boston League champions. Congratulations, Vinny. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thanks again, Mr. Tucci. So if you want to sign up for a sport, your parents have to fill out a form on the school's website to allow you to try out. And like Mr. Tucci said, I was fortunate enough to play on the boys basketball team. And the time and commitment was like 2 to 3 days a week, games and practices. And your grades play a huge part in this. And I encourage everybody to try out because it was just a great experience.
Well, thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. Certainly in the fall, we plan to offer both baseball and softball. And in addition, we'll also be offering cross country. The cross country is a co-ed sport, so both boys and girls can play in the cross country team. So these were fantastic, as I said before, a great opportunity for our students to wear Medford across their chest and to represent the blue and white both in our school community and in other communities. In order to play a Greater Boston League sport, students have to pass all of their core classes, and they also have to maintain a very good behavior record in school, do a great job of representing themselves and following the Mustang way, and being on time to school, and having consistent school attendance. So certainly we want to make sure that people are carrying themselves to a very high esteem and representing ourselves and our school in a very proper way in the communities. We really encourage you to give it a shot. These clubs, activities, or sports. It seems to be a common theme in many of the questions we're fielding here tonight. People are interested in that. Okay, the next question I have goes to a few teachers. Is there one place where I can find out what's going on in the school each day or week?
Every single morning, you're going to come in and they're going to show the morning show during homeroom. And that's a great way to find out what's going on, not only during the week, but on that particular day.
And Mr. Tucci does a really good job of updating the school's Google Calendar, which you can access from the school's website. So that way, if parents want to know if there's a PTO meeting or a dance coming up or anything like that, they have the ability to see things that are in the coming weeks.
One of the things I'll also add is that it was mentioned during the video that we have our morning show, as Ms. Whalen mentioned, and that morning show is broadcast every single day inside the students' homeroom. And it's a great way where students exercise some leadership and get the great opportunity to broadcast the morning news. It's really a great way for students to get involved. We highlight student achievements there. We show some pretty cool videos and make sure that people are very much informed. So we want to make sure we inform our students. And in fact, I do invite you to go to our school's website and check out the McGlynn morning show. We're actually still doing it even during the school closure.
I think he was saying to check out the McGlynn morning show during the school closure. Mr. Villard, who operates the morning show during the school year, he's been putting together remote shows with the help of a lot of students and teachers that have been sending in clips. It's been really wonderful to watch. Miss Bellini, who's a 7th grade science teacher, has been doing a moment of science. And you also see a bunch of different teachers showing you how they stay active and how they stay engaged and they continue to learn during this time of remote learning.
Thank you very much, Ms. Whalen, for picking up while I was off there. I appreciate it. All right, we're almost done here with just wrapping up with a few more questions. The next question we have from the audience is, when will I find out where my homeroom is and who my teachers are? So I'll take that question. Over the summertime, this is a time where myself as a principal, I'll be busy scheduling and making sure that everybody has a good schedule and is placed accordingly. I would say that, sometime in about mid-August, we will have students in the 6th grade have an opportunity to have a good understanding of who their teachers are and what their schedules are. In fact, our plans are to have a summer barbecue and orientation about a week or a week and a half before the school year begins. So we'll invite you to that event. We think that'll be a great way for you to come together, meet some of your 6th grade teachers, and that's when we will give you your schedule. So you'll get your schedule in advance of any other student here at the school. We'll walk you through when you come in for an orientation and get you a chance to meet with each one of your teachers, find out where your locker is, and really feel very connected and feel very much like you are going to have a positive experience before even the school year starts. So I would say that you'll get a chance to understand who your teachers are, where your homeroom is, your locker, at least a week before the school year starts. So we'll make sure that you feel very comfortable along those lines. As always, though, if there's any questions, you can certainly reach out to me in advance, and I'm happy to make any special arrangements. Okay, and our final question, just in conclusion here this evening, is what advice do you offer to an incoming sixth grader to help guide them towards achieving their goals in middle school? So I keep the teachers on the screen here, and I'll start with Miss Whalen, if you don't mind, Miss Whalen. What's your piece of advice for an incoming sixth grader?
I am all about organization. I really recommend that you keep your agenda and your binder organized. That is going to help you stay on top of everything. And if you ever need help organizing something, all of your teachers are there to help you. I personally love organization. You can come visit me anytime. We'll have a grand time just going through your binder. But just if you stay organized and you have a clean binder and a clean locker, it's going to make your day a lot easier.
Thank you very much, Ms. Whalen. Mr. Harrington, can I go to you next?
Absolutely. I think the biggest piece of advice I could give these sixth graders would be to listen to the advice that these wonderful student ambassadors have given you tonight. You know, those are the guys that are in it each and every day. You're going to be in their shoes next year, and they serve as wonderful role models, a cream of the crop of our school. So listen to what they have to tell you. But I would also give you two pieces of advice. Number one, get involved. There are extracurricular opportunities in drama, athletics, the arts, the CCSR, all of those highlighted in the video that we showed earlier, right? The middle school experience is what you make of it. So we want to see you involved. And secondly, I would say to advocate for yourself. Middle school is a new phase in your life. You're growing, you're getting more mature. And oftentimes this is when students find their voice, right? So as Derek Marino advised you earlier, if you have a question, ask. If you have something to share in class, do so. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the adults are there to support you and foster you. And I look forward to seeing you in the fall. Thank you, Mr. Tucci.
Thank you, Mr. Harrington. Mrs. Taylor?
One piece of advice that I could give is treat school like family. We are your family as soon as you walk in that door. And that's how you're treated all those 3 years with every single teacher you're going to have. So if you have a problem, if you're, upset or something is going on, you can always come to us. We're there for you every single day. And every day is a new day. If you make a mistake one day, the next day is a clean slate. We're not going to be holding grudges because we are all learning. Even as adults, every day we are learning with you. So we are all in this together.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Taylor. Well, certainly, I hope that everybody enjoyed the experience here this evening. And thank you very much for persevering through some technical glitches. I greatly appreciate it. I want to take a moment to once again thank our panel for participating in this presentation. They did a great job answering the questions. I also want to thank you for tuning in to watch. I hope that you found it to be informative, and please do not be afraid to reach out to me in the coming weeks or months leading up to your transition to the McGlynn Middle School. Thank you very much for watching. And we hope that you have a great finish to the school year and have a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody.